Guys, Christmas isn't Christmas without turkey. And turkey isn't turkey without stuffing, in my opinion. So we're making turkey and stuffing. And stuffing isn't stuffing without good herbs. I mean, look at these beauties. I ordered them today. They arrived today. I swear they look like they were just picked from the garden today. They look absolutely fresh. Guys, we're gonna start off with the stuffing for this dish while our turkey hangs out in the back and completely thaws. One thing to take note of is you need to use really stale bread. And if your bread is not, just pop it in the oven and just dry them out. Maybe not even till this brown, but definitely till they're dry. And I mean, can you hear the crunch? That's what you're looking for. Because it has to hold a ton of liquid without disintegrating, because we're not making bread pudding, we're making stuffing. Having said that, let's get started with the sauteing of our vegetables. And for that, we're gonna use a glorious, and I mean glorious, an entire packet of butter. There's about 200 grams, and we're gonna start it off on a medium heat. Nothing too intense because we don't want the butter to burn. We just wait for it to melt. And if you start breaking it up, it'll melt a bit faster. Our butter is looking a little foamy, which means it's the right time to add our onions and our celery. Both kind of at a similar, like an even dice. And we're going to cook it till they're just softened and the onions are a little translucent. We are not looking to get any color. Okay, this is just them to release the flavor. So the onions and celery, they've lost most of their color and they're starting to gain color, which means they've sweated out all the liquid and it's turning brown. So now this is where we stop and we halt the cooking process a little bit by putting some stock. This also helps us start building up the flavors. And just let it cook. And now we take it straight off our stove, which is a little hot. And then we pour it right over stale bread, like I said. Oh, glorious. We're gonna let it sit there, well, give it a little toss. And later on, we're gonna go in with our hands because we want to get a feel for the texture of the bread. Because we want them to be like soft sponges, but not soaked where they're just soggy. It smells amazing already, and there's hardly anything in it, just onions and celery and a little butter. So now we get to chopping up all our herbs. So now we're gonna chop up our herbs, and I got an entire spread. I just went crazy. Of course, I couldn't find flat leaf, but I got the crinkly kind. I mean, it's gonna be fine. I got some dill, some classic sage, and tarragon, and rosemary, and oregano. I thought to omit thyme, just to change things up a bit. And also, I think Sri Lanka has something to bring to the table, so I thought of adding curry leaves to make this a little bit our own. And this is the lovely thing about stuffing. There are no hard and fast rules. Just wing it. Whatever you feel like throwing in there, more the merrier. So since I have a lot of parsley, I'm just going to chop that up on its own first. You make malung at home? Yeah, that's the cut. We need them really fine because you don't want big chunks of herbs in your mouth. They'll be finely minced just so that they just impart the flavor and they're just present. Just a little bit, like a teaspoon or two, not too much salt. Yeah, that's more than enough. Remember, we are putting a ton of stock in here. And a little dash of chili powder. We're gonna put some raisins in. Now, some people don't like raisins, so you can totally omit this if that's you. And we're gonna give our walnuts a rough chop. And they go straight in. And we're gonna give this a good toss. We're gonna crack in 2 eggs. And we're gonna whisk it with some stock. About a cup of stock. And whisk it up And this is gonna create a custard-like substance that's gonna gel our whole stuffing together. Just gonna So we want to make sure our stuffing is moist but not soggy, like I mentioned earlier. So, and now we come to the star of today's show, and that is this beautiful bird, this turkey, which is not 10 kilos, 5 kilos, but about 10 pounds plus. And guess what? Chutiduwa Farms delivered this through Kyrgyz online, and this was literally 1/3 of the price of an imported turkey. So this is so affordable, which puts turkey within reach of most of us. And here we go. Just gonna massage it in, over, and also we're gonna try and get under its skin. And just rotate it as we go. And another interesting point, it comes trussed up already. This is great because I forgot my twine. And again, you don't have to run around trying to find things to tie this bird up with. And this helps it to really sit nicely when it's roasting and not open up wide and just look splayed. So I'm just giving this a final daubing of butter, but I have all this amazing stuffing inside this turkey. There's very little left, and I think there's just a little bit more room to go in. And basically you raise the legs and stuff it in, and we're gonna fill it to the brim. And every 15 minutes or so, we're gonna baste this beautiful bird with this basting liquid, which is melted butter, which is started solidifying now, but we will melt it again. And there's chili and garlic. This is just gonna keep adding more layers of flavor, and also it's gonna stop the bird from drying out, which is our main concern always with turkey. So this bird is done. It's going in the oven, 3.5 hours, 180 degrees Celsius, and let's see what happens. There you have it, guys. Bad boy's in the oven. But look, if it's too much trouble, I totally understand. We have so much going on during the Christmas season. Sometimes the turkey is the last thing you want to worry about. But guess what? Chutiduwa Farms has you sorted. You can order through Kyrgyz online and have a pre-roasted turkey delivered straight to your house. And of course, in different weights, whatever your needs are, you just pick what you want. And literally, to your doorstep. You don't even have to go to the shop to get it. Easy as that. So, I have another little surprise for you. I made extra stuffing and I baked it as a side. So the beauty of this is it tastes different to what you stuff in the turkey, and you get a crunchy top which tastes completely different. And I personally might prefer this to the stuffing that comes out of the turkey. Shh, don't tell anyone. But you might want to give it a go. So until well, we wait for the other turkey, we'll have a taste of this. So there you have it, guys. This is our final turkey. Just remember to show it some TLC and dress it up. I've used some celery leaves and lemons, whatever you have. You know, it's okay to be a little extra sometimes, and Christmas is the perfect excuse. So live a little, enjoy, and I'll see you soon.